So who here feels this wave of expansion on the planet, right? Type yes in the comments below. I really feel like this is a year, it's an 11-year, and it's huge for really creating massive transformation for ourselves and expansion in our mission. And who else here feels like you're ready to really ride that wave, right? Ride that wave of opportunity that is here for us. Natalie says, yes, new beginnings, right? And so if that's you and you're really ready to harness your mission's momentum, then you're in the right spot. This is exactly what we are going to be covering today, is ways to really up-level that. We're going to look at the 3 keys to up-level your money story so that you can make more income and impact. We're going to look at, we're going to do an actual abundance activation to really raise your money set point. It's like a thermometer. You know, we get programmed so young with ideas of our family and society. So we're going to work on shifting that today on the call. And then we're going to also introduce one of my favorite archangels. I love the archangels. One of them that is really great for working specifically with manifesting and anything tangible like money, because that is really what she's here for. Her vibration really helps us match that frequency of creation. And so, again, I just want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for your patience and really just acknowledging you for your commitment to showing up in the world and shining your light and sharing your gifts. I know that that is not for the faint of heart, and I just want to acknowledge you for really showing up in a big way. I thank you so much. And so just really brief snippet of my story. I know many of you are new to me, which is exciting. I'm loving the new contacts and people in our group that have been joining. And so I just want to share a smidgen of my story about why I'm so passionate about helping others really step into their power as a divine creator and really align with their gifts and really embody the power that they have as a creator and really as their leader that they're here to become and really make a difference in the world with, okay? So for me, right now, I feel very blessed. I love my life. I like to say it's like a spiritual retreat. And what I mean by that is that now I really incorporate massage and visualization and Zumba and creativity into my everyday workday. I really see that as an essential piece of it, right? And this definitely was not always the case. I feel fortunate to have gone to Hawaii at least 6 times in a row, swimming on over 40 wild dolphin swims with hundreds of dolphins in the ocean, which definitely was how something I never would have given to myself previously. Right? And it's definitely helped me grow and receive exponentially. And so it's really this balance of divinity and action that I know has sustained my life and increased my business success as well. Now, it wasn't always this aligned and peaceful for sure. At age of 20, I became a single mom. By the age of 30, I bought my own home. I had been self-employed since my 20s as a hairstylist. Created a 6-figure income, and on the outside, I looked like society's version of success, right? I don't know if any of you can relate to that, this image that everything was all together, and that took even more energy. But on the inside, I was exhausted and overwhelmed. I was using food and alcohol pretty much as my only source of stress relief because I had no idea about any of these tools that I'm learning and teaching my clients now. And literally about 9 years ago, that my life came to a crashing halt. I had a car accident. I went to my friend's house, had a couple glasses of wine. It was kind of the normal thing. We're celebrating her birthday. And I was on my way home. I ended up rolling my car, flipping it twice, and ending up in a ditch. And like many of us, we have our own, kind of dark night of the soul moment. And for me, thankfully, nobody else was involved and I wasn't physically injured, but I knew that my life was spinning out of control. I knew that life had to be different, and I was really, really afraid and really ashamed, and I was really scared because I had no idea how to do life differently, right? And so at that moment, I basically surrendered. It was like the proverbial surrender. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just prayed. I just want to be happy and at peace. And through that request, my dear grandfather came to me in a dream, and he woke up this within me that there was more to me than just this spirit and this body, right? That I was a spirit and that there was spiritual support and angels there guiding and protecting me at all times. And when I woke from that dream, I had this sense of peace that I'd never experienced before in my life. And it was the most powerful, it was definitely one of the first dreams I've had where I knew that this happened and I was in connection with my grandfather. And it was really beautiful. And when I woke up, very shortly after that, it's like synchronicity kicked in, my intuition blasted open, and I became very clear that my purpose was to then also help others connect with their unique purpose and gifts. And I started on a quest and I had a first psychic reading, and she's like, you're going to be doing what I'm doing, healings and readings within the next 5 years. And I'm like, what? I'm just now starting to hear my grandparents. I don't know about that, And she was right. I started my first business within 4 years of that reading. And now it's like, okay, I'm awakened, but I had to make a business out of it. And there was a lot of fears and such that came up for me coming out of the spiritual closet. Maybe many of you can relate to coming out of the spiritual closet or being different, different than everybody else in your family with different beliefs and awarenesses. And so it took a while for me to come through out of my shell and really move through my fears. And I remember God has this funny sense of humor, right? I was knowing that it's time to take action. I had this big vision of speaking on stages. And I find myself at this client attraction seminar. And next thing you know, they're talking about speaking, which was like my biggest fear ever. Like I literally talked my teachers into letting me do my oral reports before or after school in high school. Like seriously, like deathly afraid. Yeah, I saw myself speaking on stages. And so I'm like, arguing with my angels, I don't know, I can't do this, and I took myself outside and I did this TLC meditation. I'd been working with the angels at this point for a couple of years and learning about my intuition and trusting it. And I did this process of tuning in and feeling, and I was able to be very clear that the emptiness I felt of not sharing my message was bigger than my fear of public speaking or coming out of the closet as a psychic in a very conservative family. And so I leapt in alignment and I invested a $22,000 business investment to move through my fears and ground my business and get the tools that I needed to really make a difference in the world and live in alignment with my purpose. And now I love that I get to be here with all of you sharing these gifts as well and empowering you and inspiring you to know that you can do it and giving you the tools and equipping people with the tools that they need to trust their intuition, tune into their guidance, take leaps of faith that are in alignment with what their highest potential is so they can truly live an abundant and happy life. So that's a bit about me. I feel like when you don't know people, sometimes it's nice to hear their story and why it matters. I know what it's like to be in a space of just nothing's working, right? And so thank you guys for letting me share that with you. All right, so the next, oops, I'm not clicking slides. I'm used to clicking slides. So the intention here is to give you as much as I can in the time that we have. We definitely have a lot of information to cover. At the end, I am going to share a way that you can take this information more deeper. For those of you that feel really excited, I have a super special invitation that I'm thrilled to be sharing with you. And I also have a special prize, a gift that I'm going to be giving somebody that's live on the call at the end that's valued at $197, which will help you up-level your money story even more. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. All right, so if you have pencil and paper, you might want to take notes on these things, and let's dive in. When my actions and soul gifts are aligned, manifestation happens. So I want you to say that with me, right? Feel how that feels. When my actions and soul gifts are aligned, manifestation happens. This is a really powerful truth to tune into and a really powerful really mantra, right? Or intention to continue to think about as you move through your day. A powerful inquiry that I wanted to share with you too is to really spend a little bit of time looking forward, like even right now, just allow yourself to contemplate what it is that you want to create, in the next year, right? Start with a year and then back that up to make it more real to what is it that you want to create in the next 3 to 6 months that actually aligns with getting you to that goal. I find when we can start to bring that back and dial it back into a smaller time frame, we don't get as overwhelmed, right? We get a real sense of something that we can accomplish, which is going to allow you to be able to take those actions that are aligned that will then have the outcome of your success. So what does it look like, right? What is it that you see yourself in this year that you want to see that is different or, maybe further ahead than you are now? It's natural for us to evolve and want to continue creating. So really tune into what does that look like for you? Who are you serving? How do you feel, right? How are your clients finding you? And really, I suggest tuning into that. This is really part of my morning routine and ritual of constantly tuning into that next level of vision now, so that I can begin to come back in the moment and take actions from a space that actually are what my next level version of myself would be taking, right? We have to begin to embody that person now instead of someday. And so that's an inquiry that I invite you to consider, right? And then look at where you are now. Right? In all honesty, where are you now, and what things would have to be different? And this isn't to make us feel bad. This is just to be honestly assessing, okay, here's where I want to go. Here's what I see as possible. Here's what I know that I am meant for. And here's where I am now. And what is the difference? What is that person doing? And who is she? And who do I need to become? And what do I need to be doing every day in order to make that a reality? Right? And so that's a really powerful inquiry that you'll want to think of as we go through. We're going to do a visualization later. And so I wanted you to already kind of be tuning into, what is it that you're creating this year? And so definitely this is a powerful conversation, because as soon as we start to put our sights on something more, right, we get to this space where resistance now will come up. Let me know if you can relate to having resistance when we start asking for more and stretching our comfort zone, which our entrepreneurship life is, right? When we were asking for more money, or we're even, making an offer to people, obviously things get triggered, right? Because it's the unknown, or we have resistance or fears or beliefs that are in us that are not aligned to that vision. And so the more that we can accept and embrace this and accept what is in the moment, the more powerful the entire scenario will be for you, right? Because you can't change anything unless we can get out of resistance. And so the first thing is accepting what is, right? And realizing that when we ask for and resistance shows up, like right now, for those of you that are alive, we're in an eclipse that's starting tonight, right? Today is a full moon, a lunar eclipse, and that is going to amplify the things that are in the way of us, of what we've asked for, right? Which is a beautiful gift, actually. And when we can really see it as a gift and put our awareness on being really clear about what are the patterns, what is being shown to me, and instead of resisting it, really being curious about it and leaning into it and really allowing that to be a teaching moment for ourselves to be able to do the work and move through it, the more quickly we will align to that level. So really learning to lean into the resistance, noticing and being aware of it, and really allowing ourselves to see it and feel it and accept it and deal with it. Because what I see a lot of times is people in resistance, right? Resistance will stop us from manifesting money or anything else. It'll stop us in our tracks. It'll stop us from our dreams, right? It'll keep everything in this fantasy future, or bury our heads in the sand, especially around money or finances if you're feeling struggle there. And that just puts a whole different vibration out into the world, which people can feel, right? And it'll definitely block your ability to receive. So quick story about Pele that I learned. She's the volcano goddess. And when I had mentioned that I go to Hawaii to do spiritual retreats for myself, they're so amazing. I was doing some energy work there one particular year, and she showed me this perspective, which really helped me, and I want to share with you. And it was that resistance or destruction, as she put it, it was like, she's the volcano goddess. So it was like the lava was like, creating quote unquote destruction. Right. And so the falling away of the divorce, the car accident, the dark night of the soul, right? There was the money crisis, whatever it is, that destruction is actually the first step in the creation process. And that is also what we're going to be definitely highlighting during the eclipse season, even more deeply, is that ability of just letting go of the things that are not serving us, that don't really fit. And so when we can look at any of these endings as the first step of the creating the new, we'll feel so much more empowered, we'll be in less resistance, and we'll be able to move through with much more ease and grace. And that was just a very powerful visual for me to see, because I think in the previously I was looking at that as like, oh, this isn't what I want. But the more that we stay stuck there, the more that we stay stuck in general, right? So let me know if you can relate to that. And definitely type in your questions or anything or ahas along the way. I love seeing, what's going on for you. If you guys are on the computer, that would be great. So the first key, I've given lots of nuggets, but the first key is really knowing around money in particular, is knowing your money set point, okay? As well as your abundant income goal. So this is an easy way to really get a sense of, how much you're allowing yourself to receive. And the chances are you're ready to really increase your money goals. Like when we get really clear on our abundant goal, and I'll break these two down in an exercise for you, we really realize that we're really just asking for maybe just enough. We're not really asking for what our desires are. We're not asking for what actually supports us in being able to expand into the life and the business that we are here for, that we were born for, right? And so the first thing you can do for the alignment activity is really calculate your money set point. I like to look at my gross and my personal income. I actually think what we actually take home is more important, but whatever is on the top of mind in the moment, you can come back to this later. But you can average, like if you're self-employed, then sometimes averaging the last 3 years, like adding them up and dividing it by 3 to get an average. Or if you're newer in business, you can just look at this past year's income. What did you let yourself receive, right? Annually or monthly, if that's easier. And then just notice that, right? That is kind of where your set point is currently comfortable. It's kind of like a thermometer that we get used to allowing ourselves to receive. So the second piece is learning your abundant income goal. And so I want you to really take some time to journal on this and take into account, what you want to save, your taxes, your retirement, your travel. Maybe you want a personal chef or a personal trainer. Without any judgment of how, really look at what is it that you desire. Maybe you want more support for your business, right? Maybe you want to be able to run more Facebook ads, like whatever it is, really add everything in and get really clear on what it actually is that you're asking for that will support your big picture, right? That is an important key. And then we're going to do a little exercise to help bring that into a little bit more congruency for you. So I'd love to hear, what is your current money set point, or what is your abundant income goal? Feel free to type that in the comments below if you'd like. What are some things that you're not asking for that you actually really want to ask for, right? We have so much conditioning from our parents, like we get absorbed at a young age from society that we typically ask for just enough, right? Or that's too expensive, or someday, right? Or money doesn't grow on trees, or there's all of these different beliefs that we have to really deprogram from our mind, because it's just embedded in us so deeply, and it keeps us stuck at something that's much less than we actually desire, right? Awesome. So let's close our eyes for just a quick moment and do a small, short meditation here, a little visualization to have you see what your relationship is with money, and see if we can begin to shift that vibration to really allowing that next level income into your experience. So if you just close your eyes for a moment, if you're not driving, you can just listen, or you can come back to this if you are. But just contemplate if you can't, and if you're not in a space to do that. Let's just take a nice deep breath together. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Why don't you just take a moment and use your imagination, if you're visual, if you're just a feeler, just allow money to appear before you, right? You might see it as a color. You might just have that be your intention. They're equally powerful. You might feel it. I want you to just take a moment to notice, money is energy. So what does money look and feel like right now, currently for you, right? This can change from day to day. What is your current relationship with money? And I want you to get a sense of, with your intention of having that money represent whatever it is your current money set point is, right? What is it that you're currently allowing into your experience approximately, right? Monthly, annually. And notice if it changes at all, right? This is all just for our awareness. And if you're not already, just imagine that you're seeing yourself or feeling yourself with the money, right? Standing right in front of it. You guys are face to face. And just notice how you feel. right? Notice how are you interacting with money? Are you open to receiving it? Right? Do you feel contracted or expansive? Are you like excited? You're like, ooh, yeah, money, right? Or are you kind of like, ooh, wow, I'm kind of turning away or closed off, and all of it's perfect, right? I know from time to time I've had experiences where I've definitely gone, wow, money actually feels scary. I don't feel safe, right? And there's other times where it feels abundant. So just don't judge whatever you're feeling. This is exactly what you need to be noticing right now to have a shift. You can even ask it, right? How can we have a more harmonious relationship? How can I let more of you in? Right? Sometimes it's just doing for ourselves. Sometimes it's not working so hard. Beautiful. Just notice and start to allow, like consciously let your heart begin to expand. And I want you actually to imagine now that that money's representing your abundant income goal. And if you don't know what that is, maybe you have a goal that you'd love to receive or double your current amount, just to kind of give it some perspective. Double that income goal from what you currently have. And allow that abundant income goal to be there now. Let that represent that frequency of money vibrate at that new vibration, that higher frequency. Because really the frequency of money that we're tuning to is totally up to us, right? And sometimes we don't remember that or realize that. So notice if the feeling changed, right? Maybe it got more exciting. Maybe you felt constricted with the lower amount, and now you're like, oh yeah, this is freedom, right? Money represents freedom for me. Or maybe you're like, oh no, that's not possible for me. Right? So just notice when you double that, imagine if it's a new color or a new feeling, and just be present without judgment what your relationship is with that abundant income goal. And see if you can begin to soften. See if you can begin to open your heart. I love this visual of just allowing that energy of money, which really isn't actually separate from you, right? It's available to you. And allow it to, I like to see it flowing like a figure eight through your heart. Like open your arms, maybe that's a way to receive it. Maybe you're going to give this a big hug and just feel totally enmeshed in it. Or you can just allow this beautiful infinity symbol of the figure eight going from your heart chakra to that energy of money, of your abundant income goal, and begin to open up and allow yourself to receive it with more ease and with more grace. And with more abundance. Take another nice deep breath in. And exhale. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. And I'd love to hear if you want to share, how was that for you? Were you surprised? How did that feel? Feel free to share your comments, and we'll definitely have space at the end to go over questions as well. So feel free to type them in, and I'll either get to them now or at the end. Key number 2 is your mindset matters. Okay, this is really important. I'm just going to share a few truth bombs, a few nuggets of wisdom, and a few things of your voices of fear to pay attention to, okay, that might be going on for you that will hold you back. And I want you to really, really feel some of these truths, right? Really know that you are a powerful creator of your own experience, and truly owning that truth in your day-to-day choices changes everything, okay? This is where in your morning meditation, I talk about this a lot, and I do this myself of constantly tuning into my next level person of who I want to become, and allow myself to embody that now and take action from the space of that up-leveled version, right? You have to start taking action and embodying that now in order to bring it into your experience. It's not the other way around. And so I'll say that again, really knowing that you are a powerful creator of your experience and owning that truth in your day-to-day choices. And so really be open to recognizing when are you acting from that empowered space of the limitlessness being that you are, and when are you acting from fear or what your bank account is sharing, right? I know that can be scary because money is like right in our face, but I promise that this path, the more that we can surrender and trust and take leaps of faith that are in alignment with our vision and our purpose, then we're always supported, right? When I made that $22,000 business investment, of course that didn't happen the first time. Learning it, tuning into my intuition, I've done that for, at that point, maybe several years of testing the waters, right? Taking leaps of faith that were smaller and trusting. But I did get to the point of being able to make an investment that furthered my business and probably wouldn't be where I am now. Definitely fast track success when you know when to leap in a line that's there for you. I didn't have my mortgage in my bank account that month. And I'm not suggesting that's always the right thing to do, but in that moment it was for me. And if I would have let the voice of my fear rule the show and drive my creation process, I would have been years behind in my business, potentially, right? Unless of course, there's always new opportunities to align with, but recognizing that, who's driving the show. Another truth is knowing that money is not finite. It's fluid, it's flowing, it's available. We are our only limitation. It's natural. It's who we are. Our nature inherently is abundant. That's how we're meant to be experiencing life, right? Just imagine if all of the money was in the power and the hands of the heart-centered, awakened entrepreneur. Imagine the difference this world would be 5 years, 10 years, or even 6 months from now, right? We begin to have this ripple effect because we can then make a bigger impact and feed, to donate to people who are near and dear to our heart or that need our support. And that's exactly what I know people like you would do, right? Just remembering that money is unlimited and available to all of us equally, right? This is another one that I see a lot with spiritual entrepreneurs that have a hard time sometimes, whether we're conscious or unconscious, this deep-seated idea that you having more money does not negatively impact or take away from another person, right? In actuality, you having more money allows you that opportunity to spread money and kindness, just like I said, right? It does not take away. Money is not limited, it's unlimited. And so just because you receive more, sometimes those feelings of guilt and shame need to be worked through as heart-centered entrepreneurs. When I'm working with them and creating their packages and their pricing, we have to, and I myself too, right? We have to release these ideas that is selfish. Knowing that income is a natural byproduct of impact, right? It is the natural flow of abundance. And so if your ability is blocked, if your receiving ability is blocked, it's going to affect different areas of your life, receiving the $1 million ideas, receiving support, receiving love. Like our receiving ability is our intuitive ability. It's the feminine and affects lots of areas. And so when we do this work, it actually empowers us in many different ways. So one thing I'd love you to start to pay attention to is notice when you're saying no to yourself. Right? We as women, we want to pull everybody else on the front burner. We put ourselves on the back burner. And so just notice, where are you saying no to yourself? And this is an opportunity to begin to receive, even in the small day-to-day, right? Receiving a compliment instead of deflecting it. It's this old shirt, it's like sometimes we just deflect compliments. That's actually a block to receiving, right? When we don't say yes to support, allowing people to support and help us with things, right? Just noticing when you say no to yourself. And also notice what thoughts come to you when you want to create something for yourself, right? Do you feel selfish? Do you think you got to give to the kids first? Or, just notice, if you're really allowing limitation, lack, or fear, or selfishness, or any of those lower vibrational thoughts or feelings to drive your creation process, or are you creating it from your limitless abundant self? And these are going to really be more, you're going to have more awareness. I love to have a little notebook in my purse because when I'm driving, I tend to get these ideas and awarenesses of my thoughts. And so of course you want to wait till you're stopped or you get to a point, but when it's fresh in your mind, sometimes I'll have either downloads of program ideas or even awarenesses of where my mind is going and fears chattering away. And I can then come back to that in my meditation space and work through those situations. So I just want you to pay attention. Some of the ways that we are not open to receiving are obvious and some are not, right? Some of the ways could be the guilt of not wanting others to feel bad, feeling like our loved ones won't relate to us anymore. Maybe you were told you were selfish or ungrateful, right? There's really an endless list of family programming and karma that limits our capacity to receive. as well as, of course, our resistance and fear. So just really, really make that a priority and realize that money is a spiritual teacher for us to really grow and expand exponentially. And so when we can see it from that perspective, it's exciting because we're empowered and we know that we're able to shift and really open up to even more. And this year especially just feels like that is a focus of us really leaning into our heart, doing, like right now there's a heart clearings, for ourselves. And so it's the more that we really leap in alignment with our true heart's desires, we will be rewarded and supported as always. But that's really actually cosmically what we're being called forth to this coming year. And so really be careful, where you put your attention to, because where our energy goes, attention flows, right? So noticing how we're looking at money. And just remembering that money is a frequency that you can attune to. So tune into that even every day. So just noticing the alignment activities, just being aware of all those things, right? Keep a journal and really prioritize and invest the time, energy, and money to invest in doing that inner mindset work. It will take you a long way. And I believe it's actually more powerful than any copy or training strategy that you'll learn. Those strategies will not work if there's inner stuff going on. So if you're doing all the things to do it perfect and it's not working, then it's probably going to be something that's hidden within you that you need to do on an inner level, right? Having the copy and learning these things are important tools, but they're definitely not something that will work on their own. Or at least if they do, usually we're not going to feel very good about be creating success with burnout and stress and all these things, right? And that's not what we're here for. I know you guys are all freedom seeking. You want it all. You want to have the freedom, the fun, the lifestyle, as well as really helping and supporting others and being of service on the planet. In the Manifesting Miracles on program, we definitely dive into this mindset piece a lot. We do, even beyond the mindset, we work at the energetic and the spiritual alignment activities. I think there's a series of 22 different healings and activations to really up-level your vibration so that you can sustain that next level without that inconsistency and really step into the next level you now. And it really works on the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies. So that's really powerful. So the last, well, not the last, but the key 3 is your spiritual support team. Ask your spiritual support team to guide you. You guys, this made miracles in my life, right? It's made exponentially. It's not like we're giving our power away to our angels or to our spiritual support, but we're receiving support. That's ability to receive, right? You get intuitive guidances. We get help. Why not make it easier on ourselves? When you begin to work with the angels, literally miracles would be happening so much more easily. Like they remind me throughout the day as I've learned to attune and communicate with them. And I've taught many of my clients and they've had similar success, is that they show you when you're out of alignment. They remind you when you're out of alignment and they help you to get back in alignment through the waking day, right? The more that we can be connected and rooted with our awareness open and our heart open and taking action from a place of alignment of the truth of who we are and our expressions to our relationships, to our bodies, to our careers, to our clients, the more that we're going to feel and receive abundance in all areas of our life. Okay, so they really make it easier. And so I wanted to share with you Archangel Ariel. She, they're not technically male or female, but she has a feminine vibration. And her name means lion or lioness of God. And if you're visual, her energy is a soft pink. And she definitely works closely with the planet, right? So she's really awesome to call in when you're working with anything that you're manifesting of your physical needs, your business, money, to create prosperity in your life. She's very connected with spirit of nature and earth. So you can also have her work with you when you're outside in nature to connect with the natural rhythm of the planet, which is being in present time. And it's really powerful healing for your physical body and energetic body as well. And so a simple way that you can call upon her is saying something like, Archangel Ariel, please guide me in being open to receiving more prosperity into my life now, right? And then you, throughout your day, once you open up that request, you'll start to notice ideas and guidances and synchronicities, and then it's up to us to co-create by taking the guided actions, right? Or another thing that you can say while you're in nature for a healing would be, thank you, Archangel Ariel, for helping me to connect more deeply with nature and allow its healing energy and messages of well-being into my experience now, right? It just feels good saying it. It's like that energy will really start to shift things for you. And if you are one that likes to work with crystals, a fun fact is that she's works with the pink quartz. So you can use the pink quartz to connect with her if you feel aligned with that as well. And so that is something that working with the angels has definitely changed my life. And all of my programs I work with and privately with clients, teaching them how to communicate with their spiritual support team. Because when you can attune to that, you're going to be not letting fear drive the show. You're going to be more connected to your higher self and that higher possibility to you throughout your waking day, which means you're going to be manifesting much more throughout the day instead of maybe just in your 30 minutes of morning routine. And then we go off about our day and forget about our vibration and get into the mind of worrying, right? The angels, when you start recognizing them, you'll recognize their energy going, hey, and they're pretty funny too. They'll start tapping on your head like, hello, wake up, get back in your body, find your alignment. So that is just something that I suggest, playing with. But we do have to ask. That's that first step. And you're not going to ask wrong. So you can get more clear with how and who you're asking, but you can just simply, if you forget her name, you can just ask for the angels or whatever you're, spiritually connected with to support you. So a couple of the biggest roadblocks and problems I see with the manifesting process is watching people get stuck on how to stay committed to taking consistent action, right? That's actually aligned with their soul's desires. You can let me know if that's resonant for you. Another thing is consciously or unconsciously letting fear and limitations drive the show, right? That really limits our belief and our ability to believe in ourselves and the process, and we'll miss opportunities that are right there for us when we're not in that receptive space. Another question I get a lot is, how to raise your vibration to sustain what you're asking for, right? How to not go into self-sabotage. I think that's a huge thing that we don't realize that we create. There's so many unconscious fears that we have around that. And then other thing is not really trusting themselves in the universal process. So really developing your intuition and your communication with your spiritual support team has definitely exponentially changed my life. I loved witnessing a client of mine, Erin, in the last round of Manifesting Miracles course, deepen her belief and trust in herself and her intuition and her spiritual support team. This really allowed her to take leaps of huge faith. She really wanted to go on her best friend's wedding cruise, and she's like in fear about money and struggling and had always been kind of struggling. And so she didn't know how she could do it. And through the program, she actually just tuned in and had enough trust that she took the leap of faith. Then she had her highest income month ever in her business at that same time to support her financial, going there. And then before she finished our program, she had booked another 6-month trip for her birthday to Costa Rica for a couple of weeks. And then now I think 6 months later after that, she's going to be going this summer to Costa Rica for a month, right? So I just love how I get to watch this unfolding for people, to tune into really living their heart's desire. Because when we actually are in joy and abundance, more money is going to come as well. It's often a sign that I get. And she also got to release her anxiety and OCD, which is pretty amazing too, right? So that when fear is driving your show as a highly sensitive person, that is an amazing thing that you'll notice as a byproduct as well. Take a deep breath. So I want to remind you of the comment I made earlier. When my actions and soul gifts are aligned, manifestation happens. It's like that's a simplistic way of saying, sometimes something that's not so simple to do, it really can be when we can get out of our own way. So when my actions and soul gifts are aligned, right, the truth of who I am are aligned, and I take action, manifestation happens. Definitely one of my gifts is supporting women to really fully embody and awaken their soul gifts and intuitive abilities so that you can really create the income and live your soul's purpose and make the income and the impact that you desire while having the freedom to live life on your terms and not burn out. That is something that I am super passionate about. And so that is why I created the Manifesting Miracles and Money course to align with your purpose and amplify your business success 3-month transformational program. And so as I promised in the beginning, I wanted to share a little bit more about how you could go even more fully. I'm super excited. This is a super special invitation that I want to share with you. So you'll want to listen to this and stay tuned at the end. We'll be going into one more gift I have that I'm going to be giving away. So this exclusive program is for spiritual entrepreneurs, change makers, messengers who are craving miracles and joy in their life and business. And if you're really ready to maximize the momentum of this year so that you can create more freedom of time, energy, and money. Thank you, Kelly, for popping that link in there. You should be able to click that and follow along if you like while you're here. So this program is different than any other manifesting or law of attraction program that I've seen out there, because I've never seen a law of attraction program actually provide the power of the Akashic Records transmission that I will be offering. There's also one-on-one support, live support. So it's not about just the nuts and bolts. It's actually these transmissions to awaken your soul to your true Akashic Records soul gifts, right? It's clearing the activations. It's raising your vibration to receive. And the one-on-one support is unlike no other, right? You're going to get lots of one-on-one support with me. And so together we're going to be creating an actual container of transformation to really birth your 2018 intentions into life so that you can make this quantum shift easily and really up-level all areas of your life, okay? This is definitely major manifestation power. So, would you like to double your income, create your first 10K month, travel the world, be seen and paid for your creative genius, release debt to the number of 10,000 is what one of my clients released last time, overcoming debilitating OCD and fear, and even finding soulmate love. These are just a few of the amazing results that my past round of Manifesting Miracles program that my clients are able to receive during our time together. And it will just keep unfolding, guys. This work is something that will continue to unfold. This is a deep dive live transformational container to birth your intentions of 2018. There's definitely power in numbers, and this will amplify your manifesting mojo and allow your releasing to be much easier when done in a group. And when that is my job, to be holding space for you and one of my inherent gifts. And yes, you're going to learn learn to master, not just know, but master the nuts and bolts of how to manifest your life and business through tangible, practical actions to bring your vision to reality, right? Through the law of attraction steps. But you're going to learn so much more. This is an experience that's more than that. You will get the tools to consciously create your reality, but it's more about aligning with your mission and embodying your vision. We're going to dive into the deep-seated beliefs and fears and family stories and money stories and karma so that you can actually raise and sustain your vibration and truly embody that next level you now. And this program is definitely going to activate and awaken your inherent divine nature as a powerful creator. That is one of my special gifts, and that is what we can do in the Akashic Records. So in this transformational 3-month program, we're going to have 6 live. So every month there'll be 2 live calls where we're going to do live activations and Q&A. There's weekly Facebook lives with intuitive insights, energy clearings for the group to help keep moving the energy, keep the energy high vibe, and clear the way so that you can keep moving forward and taking action. There's 11 modules, including video trainings and essential aspects of conscious manifesting with workbook each week with alignment activities to amplify the process. There's angel activations. I think there's 22. There's going to be 22 different clearings, healings, and activations in total. You're going to learn to connect with your Archangel Abundance team, 8 specific Archangels, so you'll have a team of support that you can use for the rest of your life and creating whatever you want. And everybody's going to be guaranteed a 40-minute private one-on-one soul gift reading. And the hint I'll give you here is that when you align to who you truly are, abundance, joy, and miracles are a natural byproduct, right? You will be on purpose. And the value of that just so far is well over $2,000. It's around $2,300, I think. Manette had her reading, and she's already a 6-figure business owner, right? Leading her own 3-day event. So she's definitely solid in business. And she was so delighted with the validation she received in terms of her business direction. She was looking at changing her business model that was already generating at least 6 figures, possibly multiple 6 figures. So she's looking at changing it because she was burnt out. And so that what we found out in the Akashic reading was she was validated with the direction of her new choice, had so much more confidence in taking steps in that way. We discussed the blocks and patterns that have been lifelong, and so she was able to move through those patterns so that she could move to her next level without running ragged and burning out. So that was super powerful. And she told me, because she teaches a lot of this stuff with her clients, that every single one of her students needs to have this reading because it was so impactful and insightful. And so I told you I was going to offer you something super special for all of you. This is like the early enrollment special. And I wanted to make this accessible for everyone. And so for the next 48 hours, you'll have the option of a 4-payment plan, right? This is a 3-month program. So actually jumping in now gives you, you'll have access immediately to the first 4 modules to get started with. There's many bonuses throughout February that you will be active in. And so technically you'll be getting a 4-month container of transformation instead of 3, as well as a 4-payment option, which will make this the lowest possible way to jump in. And that payment option is 4 payments of $297, or if you pay in full, $888. And so for the first 5 people, I'm going to upgrade you even more because this is one-on-one work. I have to limit this to 5 people, but you will, instead of getting the 40-minute profile reading, which is powerful, it's going to tell you how to align your business with your soul gifts, your uniqueness, so many invaluable things in the 40-minute reading, but you're going to be upgraded, the first 5 people, to the 90-minute one-on-one soul realignment gift and activation, which is a $500, $497 value on its own. We take it a step further and we clear those karmic blocks and patterns at its root so that you can unfold. And that is where I saw people have massive and immediate transformation. Literally, one of my clients released, we did it specifically around money and relationships. And 3 days later, after signing up, we did her Akashic reading right away. And 3 days later, she had her ex-husband call up and gift her $10,000 to release debt. And we had just done the work on healing her relationship with narcissistic tendencies of past relationship, have forgiveness, and money. And this miracle came, and he had never, ever supported with money before. So that was really amazing, right? Definitely, there's also a VIP option that I want to share with you. And the VIP option includes all of the above, which in and of itself is a powerful program. And this VIP option includes 3 specific and unique and powerful one-on-one sessions with me. The 90-minute soul gift reading that I talked about, which is a catalyst for entrepreneurs who feel the calling to create purpose-driven businesses, get clarity about your gifts and purpose, clear all the things that are in the way, the patterns and karma, and really move forward. Right? That's what also you guys will be upgraded to for the first 5 of the basic. You'll get a 75-minute one-on-one manifesting blueprint. We all are wired to manifest differently, literally. And so while I'm teaching the overall rules or guiding you and moving your energy, that's going to be supportive 100%. When you learn your unique blueprint, you can hone in even more specifically and create even more quickly with more ease, joy, and prosperity. So that's a 75-minute one-on-one you'll get as well. And then also a 60-minute energetic business assessment and strategy session. So that's huge because this is where we look at all areas of your business in the Akashic, and we can see how aligned you are in your sales, your marketing, your niche, like very tangible ways where you're misaligned and how you can create some actions to get even more aligned. So that means you'll get all of the group stuff that I discussed, plus each month you'll have a powerful Akashic transmission one-on-one with me. And that in and of itself, all of those are valued at $400 or $500 a piece. And so the full investment is $2,500. The value is well over that, probably closer to $5,000. Actually, I haven't added it up. But today, the special investment will be $1,497 in full, or 4 monthly payments of $445. And those will be moving to 3 payments of, I think, $555 in the next couple of days because it's a 3-month program. But right now you're getting in early, so I can offer the 4 payments of $444. And I have 5 bonus, I have a bonus thing for the first 5 people that jump in. I have to limit it because it's one-on-one time, but you'll be getting 3 extra 30-minute manifesting alignment calls with me. So that means you'll be having 2 one-on-one calls with me a month, which is super powerful. And those are, that's another $500 value in and of itself. Got lots more bonuses. I'm just going to touch the names quickly on because it's harder, I know, without the screen there for you. But the Energetic Mastery, so a bonus everybody gets is my Energetic Mastery course, which is a 4-week digital home study course to help you thrive as an empath or highly sensitive and master your intuitive gifts and your power, because I know that is something that is life-changing, right? That's a $500 value you have immediate access to, as well as we're going to be doing a live workshop this month. So like I said, it's really a 4-month container because you'll have access to the first 4 modules of Manifesting Blueprint right away upon purchasing. You will get the Energetic Mastery right away as well. And we're also going to be doing 2 live workshops, okay, at the end of February, I think in the very first week of March, where we're going to amplify your big vision and set your 3-month intention. We're going to be doing a lot of powerful energy work around that as well. And we're going to really set yourself up for success in the program. And we're going to also be a special attuning class to align with your abundance team to up-level your process. And everybody's also going to get a download of the soul alignment DNA that I had created as well. And those are valued at $197 each. Again, some of the things my clients were saying from last time, I love to share client results because I think it's more powerful than me telling you how amazing it is, even though I know it's so amazing and I'm so excited. It's my favorite program I've created so far and I'm glad to be doing it again. But I got a promotion on my job, making more money into a new position where I felt so much more appreciated, that engaged my expertise and created more income. I let faith in and said yes to traveling the world, right? The trips I told you earlier. My first month of getting 10K, right? It was almost doubled her income to 10K for the first time. And she attributed that to being, using her business skills, but then adding in this spiritual work, right? She used to use spiritual practices and then bringing them back in and really up-leveling through the activations helped her to have that massive income increase. And then another person, part of her intention was to manifest a loving relationship. She found soulmate love. She hadn't even dated since her divorce, and she found an amazing love that has just opened her up in many ways. I still connect with her, so I get to see the beautiful blossoming that's happened since last year for her. And again, there's just so many more amazing results, like my client releasing the $10,000 of debt, people thanking me, trusting their intuition, aligning with their purpose work, knowing how to tune in, and so much more. So I just know that I would be honored to support you. If this is something that you feel guided to, this is just going to help you really maximize this year of you taking the fast track to success your business and living a life that feels aligned with who you are and who you're meant to be and what is available for you. So I would love to invite you in. The link is in the chat bar as well. And I really would love to open up to any questions or any ahas you got from today. And then I'm also going to pick somebody to win a prize. So let's see. So let me know any questions, and I'm going to look at the participants and just kind of go random to close my eyes and see where it goes. Okay. Sorry, I got to get it to the people. Okay. Cheryl, with an S. I cannot see your last name, but you are going to win or you have won, actually, I should say, my Elevate Your Mindset to Soul Success. It's a mindset course, which is super valuable. There's days of journaling, how I do my morning routine. There's 3 20-minute trainings on how to set yourself up for success, plus daily prompts on how I use journaling in my own experience to create my reality, heal through resistance, and all kinds of other stuff. So that is going to be given to Cheryl. So we will be able to look you up via how you registered, if that email is okay, or if you want to put your email in or your last name in so we can be sure to make sure we get it to the right person in the chat. That would be awesome as well. Let's see. Let's see if you guys have any questions. Yay, Cheryl. Natalia says, thank you. Yes, that is exciting. It's really powerful, guys. I love that program. So I'd love to answer any questions. If you have any questions, thank you guys again for bearing with me. I know it's a lot of information when I'm speaking it to you guys. So I hope that you could retain that okay. And thank you for your patience in the beginning. And I look forward to seeing you in the manifesting program. Again, those 4-pay options are available for a limited time because we're going to be diving in. And once we start, I have to move that to a 3-pay option pretty quickly. So I would love to have you jump in. Feel free to reply with any questions as well. And I look forward to seeing you there. The last thing I will say is the sales page will be updated. So I know in the past, sometimes people are like, I want to make sure I got the bonus. We will be updating the sales page. So if the bonuses are there, you got the bonuses. If they're not there, then, what is current is what is current, basically. So you can trust the sales page when you see it. We'll be sure to stay on top of that. So I hope you enjoyed our time together. I hope that you had a wonderful time, and I hope that you got some great insights and ahas that you can move forward with. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye.